Hello, friends. I'm Phoebe. Welcome to my music discovery journey where I catch up on all the music I've missed out on over the years and share my great finds with you. Some of you share your great finds with me, which is what Andy has done over on Ko-fi with Placebo's Too Many Friends. It's been a while since I listened to Placebo. I did a project in college that was around The Bitter End, one of their songs. This was released in 2013, so whilst it was 13 years ago, it was still this. I would consider this one of their newer works because it is newer since when I listened to them. But wow, okay, Too Many Friends. This was inspired by a chat we had, a discussion we had in stream this evening, where I was saying I've got so many friends. I'm really grateful that I've got so many friends. I make loads of friends, but I get messages everywhere, messages, emails, DMs. And there's so much to keep up with. I don't know if this has anything to do with that or if it's just the fact that we said something about too many friends. I have good intentions, but it gets overwhelming sometimes. We'll figure out what this song's about as we go. I will start and stop for copyright reasons, but let's have a little listen, shall we?
My computer thinks I'm gay. I threw that piece of junk away on the Champs-Élysées as I was walking home. This is my last communique down the superhighway.
I feel like I've heard this.
All that I have left to say in a single tome. I got too many friends, too many people that I'll never meet and I'll never be there for. I'll never be there for, 'cause I'll never be there.
You know what? I feel like I've sort of heard this. I recognize the chorus, and as soon as he said communique, something reminded me of that because it's very specific to a mostly English spoken song, isn't it? So I might have heard this. I think I have heard this, but I've never directly sat down and listened to it. Very interesting. My computer thinks I'm gay. I threw that piece of junk away on the Champs-Élysées as I was walking home. That's a river in France, right? Or is it the not river but place? Let me see here. Also the part where it says, there's actually a little annotation to this as well. I hate saying things and then realizing it's not the thing. Yeah, okay. It's the Champs-Élysées is a world-renowned 1.9 kilometer avenue in Paris, stretching. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's an area. It's a stretch of road or land. Yes. So through the piece of junk away. Okay, so it says here, and Brian, the lead singer, the vocalist, his vocals, they're so unique to him. If I were to hear him sing, I would definitely recognize his voice. So it's really, I like his vocals because no one else sounds like that. He's got a very unique style. That's really cool. I really respect that and like it. Here it says, Placebo singer Brian Molko commented on these first lines in an interview. My computer had advertised to me specifically as a heterosexual male. I don't know what I did. I have my suspicions, but I won't go into that. But it started advertising towards me specifically as a homosexual male. I'm quite fascinated by technology. I found that extremely significant and did think to myself, wow, my computer thinks I'm gay today. I thought, whoa, that's quite a brave way to start a song. And it coincided with some friends of mine talking about how they were stopping taking friend requests on their social networks because they had too many friends. So it's all about talking about socials and being on the computer. This is my last communique down the superhighway, the internet superhighway. all that I have left to say in a single tome. It does say, oh, it's information superhighway. Yeah, I should know that because I was around when people talked about the information superhighway, aka the internet. It says Moko's age shows a bit. The information superhighway was a common term for the internet way back in the 90s. Wow. They're calling me out too then. Back in the 90s when most people still didn't have a very good grasp of what the internet actually was. Yeah. On the web. Oh, make it stop. Make it stop. So you're saying like this is the end. I'm coming away from the internet. I got too many friends, too many people that I'll never meet and I'll never be there for. I'll never be there for because I'll never be there. Yeah, I guess we were talking about this on stream earlier. So this is a really good discussion of there's this demand. We live in an age where people expect you to be online 24/7, replying to them regardless of anything. If I message a friend right now, say I message my friend Tony, and Tony doesn't reply to me within a day, is that acceptable? Yes. The answer should always be yes, because Tony has a life, and Tony's life doesn't revolve around mine. But a lot of people that might not be me might think, why the fuck has Tony not replied? Why he only has to take a minute to reply to me. But what if Tony has 2,000 people trying to message him and he has to keep up with that? And what if Tony spends 12 hours a day trying to respond to these people and never makes a dent in his messages and can never truly be there for someone in the capacity that a true friend would be expected to be? And that's how I feel quite a lot of the time. I feel like I spread myself so thin trying to be there for as many people as I can. But you can't please everyone and you can't be everywhere at once. And some people crucify you for that. And so this is a really good thing. But I want to get through the rest of the song before we go any further. Let's go back to the chorus because that was fun.
All that I have left to say in a single tome, I got too many friends, too many people that I'll never meet and I'll never be there for. I'll never be there for, 'cause I'll never be there. If I could give it all away, would it come back to me someday? Like a needle in the hay or an expensive stone. But I
What's this on the
got a
back of the neck?
reason to declaim the applications are to blame for all my sorrow and my pain of feeling so alone. I got too many friends, too many people that I'll never meet and I'll never be there for. I'll never be there for, 'cause I'll never be there. Too many friends, too many people that I'll never meet and I'll never be there for. I'll never be there for, 'cause I'll never be there.
Trying to understand the video. So she's walking through, seeing different people. They've all got some of the same. Is it the same stamp, same marking on them? Is it different? Is it the same? Not 100% sure, but I think it's very similar. It's talking about people having different things in common, similar things in common. Is it us all just trying to navigate things? Not sure. Going to the second verse, if I could give it all away, will it come back to me someday? So I thought that was like if I give a lot of myself, will it come back to me like karma? But just clicking on this now, The famous saying, if you love something, set it free. If it comes back, it was and always will be yours. If it never returns, it was never yours to begin with. Brian sees people giving away their time and energy and love via the internet and social media, but he is skeptical that any will return to him. Yeah, that makes far more sense putting it that way. In Is it all just a waste of your time? Is it superficial to an extent? Now, don't get me wrong, the internet is very useful for communicating, for people that can't get outside for all manner of reasons. It doesn't just have to be due to disability or phobias, there could be so many different things why a person is unable to get out and about and physically meet people in person. So, the internet is fantastic for that. It's a great way to communicate to people halfway across the world instantly, rather than sending a letter that might get there in 2 or 3 weeks, which is what we used to do back in the day. So it has its uses, but there are a lot of superficial relationships that can be made, and a lot of people that just want to gather friends, like almost like trophies, medals, collections. But do they really care about them? Are you able to dedicate your time to 100 friends like you would one or two best friends? No. The answer is probably obviously no. Especially if you've got to work, you've got to do life, you got to eat, you got to sleep, you got to do family and existing relationships, whatever. That can be really hard to divide your time to all of that, and I feel like I've struggled with that for a very long time, to the point where something has to give at one point, or it can get so overwhelming that you have to be like, right, I don't know if I can do this now, or how. Something has to give. How can I deal with this? And then you've got to figure that out, I guess. As I've gotten older, and as a lot of people say, your friendship circle gets smaller. Those who you are close to, that will be there for you at the drop of the hat, or not that anyone should be expected to, but those that would generally prioritize you in their friendship group, that tends to get smaller for a lot of us, and that's quite normal, natural, because I guess over time, and more recently, there is the message shared that we can't give all of ourselves to everyone. We need to save some of that for us. In fact, we should put ourselves first all the time. And that's not selfish in a bad way. That's a good type of selfishness. You wanna be able to, like, be at the end of your life and say, did I really put myself first when I should, or did I just cater to everyone else? And hopefully you can say you were able to say no to things, and do things that you were happy with in your time. Anyway, so will it come back someday? If I were to give it all away, will it come back to me someday? Like a needle in the hay, because there's so many people out there, and it is like a needle in a haystack. Or an expensive stone, a very precious stone, like a gift. I got a reason to declaim. The applications are to blame for all my sorrow and my pain, a feeling so alone. What's he been involved with before? Applications? Friendship applications? Has he been burned before? Here it says a possible reference to drug addiction being similar to the modern addiction / obsession with technology and social networks. Needle in the hay may refer to heroin, usually administered with intravenously using a needle, referred to as H, which hay sounds like an onomatopoeic version. This is an annotation that's unreviewed, and I probably wouldn't go with that myself, but it's interesting what other people might think. But it's feeling so alone. I think that's also a thing with social media. You can have 10,000 followers, but do they make you feel less alone? Or is that quantity over quality? I feel like that's what that means. Okay. Then we had a double chorus. Loved that. It's so catchy, the chorus. I definitely feel like I've heard it, but not I'm gonna like it. Not directly, if that makes sense.
I'll never be there for.
We've got the different people.
'Cause I'll never be there. Too many friends, too many people that I'll never meet, and I'll never be there for. I'll never be there for.
So they're given a note.
I'll never be there.
Love the drums here.
My computer thinks I'm gay.
Oh,
What's the difference anyway?
love the
All
guitar.
the people do all day is stare into a phone. I got too many friends, too many people that I'll never meet, and I'll never be there for. I'll never be there for. 'Cause I'll never be there. Too many friends, too many people that I'll never meet, and I'll never be there for.
What's that sound? Is that strings?
Be there for. 'Cause I'll never be there.
I don't know what it is, but it's beautiful.
Be there.
Oh,
I'll never be there. I'll never be there. I'll never be there.
it's got them enjoying the outside at the end, but is that what they are thinking about inside with their headphones on? Is that what that is? She went into that red area. Danger, perhaps? And there were all loads of people just kind of not really existing. You mentioned people staring into a phone. So the last verse starts with the first line, "My computer thinks I'm gay." And at first he's like kind of mildly annoyed by it through the PC out the window in the song, in the story. But here it's like, what's the difference anyway? When all that people do all day is stare into a phone, like what kind of connection are we going to make? Who cares? Perhaps that's what that means. People are so concerned with what they are doing. Who cares who you are or what you are or anything about you when they're just so lost and addicted to whatever it is on their phone? Interesting. I really like the chorus though. Going back to that, I got too many friends, too many people that I'll never meet, and I'll never be there for. Like all the connections you make on the internet, so many of them. I remember years ago meeting people. You might meet someone in the toilets of a bar and add them on Facebook or whatever back then. And I think it was like 2,000 people on there that I followed, I'd made friends with. And probably a good 1,500 of those were just people that I'd met in the toilets of a bar. And I never seen them again. And they would pop up every now and then. I'd be like, who's that? And I'd always come to the conclusion, maybe I met them in a bar somewhere. But like it's the point where it's like you meet someone once. How can you remember much about someone when you've met them one night out of the many in your life? And when really you want people that you're familiar with, that you remember, that you can actually talk to and reach out to, rather than just numbers on a phone. And also meeting people online or adding people online and then saying too many people I'll never meet and I'll never be there for. It's the same sentiment, but just really, really good way of articulating that. Um, really, really good. And Placebo, yeah, they've got a really satisfying sound. Brian's vocals are just so unique and very memorable. So I really liked that. And I like that I kind of knew it, but didn't quite know it, but really enjoyed it. I'd never seen the video. I'm still wondering about the video, not 100% sure. In the about on Genius lyrics, it says Too Many Friends is their first single of the seventh studio album, Loud Like Love. The song deals with people on the internet and being far more close to friends on the internet rather than off the computer. Which, like I say, in some circumstances it can be good because of people unable to, for a number of reasons. But I think here he's saying, like, if you can, you should. It also deals with loneliness, which Placebo frontman Brian Mulkis said. It's a modern version of I'm sitting by the phone waiting for you to call. The music video was made with filmmaker Saman Kesh, with the voiceover provided by Bret Easton Ellis. The video represents a detective case regarding a series of no. Oh, this is the modern version of. Okay, sorry. I thought they were talking about this video that we just seen. So the video presents a detective case regarding a series of events at a pool party premiered on YouTube. Oh no. No, that sounds like it was. Sorry, while I'm reading this out loud, because we like to do our research as we go, it says a different music video directed by Duncan Rowe was also published on the band's Vivo channel on YouTube. So I'm guessing that's the other one. Yeah, Duncan Rowe. It says it in the comments. Oh, so they've had two videos for this. I'll have to check out the other one at some point. But on that note, thank you so much for watching. To anyone over on Ko-fi or Patreon, thank you for going the extra mile. You don't have to, but you can join. Links below. You can join Patreon for free, but you can join for £1 and up to get a little shout out at the end of the videos. You don't have to do any of that because you've just been listening to me ramble on for 22.5 minutes. So on that note, no refunds. Take care. See you soon, hopefully. Bye bye.